welcome to our second episode of Good Morning Fort Hunt. I'm delighted to still be on the air. I've got my fingers crossed that we're going to still be on the air next week. But what I wanted to do is just give you an overview of some of the things that we're talking about here. We had a great conversation this week with some real estate agents about how they got into the business. These are neighborhood specialists for Bucknell Manor and Waynewood. And so they wanted to share a little bit about how they got into the business, what inspires them, and some of the things that they're seeing. They also shared some properties that are coming onto the market soon and buyers who are looking for properties. So that's always fun to say or fun to do, and that's something that we're going to hopefully have as a regular feature where we can meet our real estate agents. I think our real estate agents are great members of the community. They're huge supporters of our local organizations and our local businesses, and of course they help people move away, which is sad, but they also help people come and discover Fort Hunt. So that's super. We also did a little bit of a feature with some of our businesses and community organizations called Community Connections, where we invite them to come on in on Zoom and introduce themselves.
Fraser, are you in the shower?
Thank you.
I want to introduce them to you, and that's leading to our Welcome Wagon Guide, which is moving forward a little bit slowly because I'm in charge of it, but it's hopefully going to be hitting the shelf soon. And my goal is to introduce some of it to you today, show some of the people who are in the Welcome Wagon today. I'm also going to talk about our Little Free Library Challenge. Very excited about that because we have a couple of sponsors for Holland Hall and for Bucknell Manor where they are going to help support the Little Free Library Challenge. So I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. One of the cool things is you can do it immediately here on Nextdoor. You can just introduce yourself and say what block you're in. And then what we can do is plug you into the Alumni Center where you can actually qualify your block by introducing yourself to everybody as a great neighbor. So you're going to be able to compete and win a little free library for your block by doing some of the things that we talk about here today. We also have the opportunity to share with you some really cool performances from some of the Piano Lab students who are doing their Christmas recital. So we want to bring Christmas into 2021. We're going to show you one of our great performances. So let's get started with our Meet the Agents conversation. I want to introduce you to Doreen Gagne and Catherine Jouet, two agents who specialize in specific neighborhoods in Fort Hunt, and I want to have them talk about their businesses.
Hi, everybody. My name is Fraser O'Leary, and I'm the Chief Inviter for the Fort Hunt Community Business Association. And today, welcome to Meet the Agent. We got some great members of our Fort Hunt community on the line or on the call today. And I'm going to just turn around and invite them to introduce themselves. And also, when you introduce yourself, guys, tell us where you live and sort of how long you've been here, how you got to the Fort Hunt area. That would be great. So let's start off with you, Catherine.
Hi, good morning, Fraser. Thank you. I'm Catherine Jouet, and I do live here in the Fort Hunt area. I live in Waynewood. I have lived here for 11 years, and I've been an agent for 17 years. And I'm licensed in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, and yet most of my activity is locally here in the Fort Hunt area.
And that's fun, right? It's fun to be able to work where you live, right?
Absolutely. It makes things a lot easier and a lot more comfortable, and you can develop relationships and trust with your clients, meet their families, etc.
Well, and it's good for the buyers too, because the truth of it is you're not flying into town or driving into town and doing a quick deal, right? You're here. You have to deal with the consequences of your actions. Which makes everybody a better business person when you have to constantly be seeing the people you're serving, right?
Yes, especially if you run into them, for example, in your bathing suit at the pool or in the grocery store. You do have to be prepared for that.
That's fair. So Doreen?
Hi, Fraser. I'm Doreen Gagne. I'm a military relocation professional realtor with Century 21 Redwood Realty. My colleague and I work primarily in the Bucknell Manor. She lived there for several years, and so that's how I got connected with Bucknell, and I continued to work there. Of course, I worked other places as well. For me, that area is significant because I work a lot with military buyers and sellers, and proximity to DC, Pentagon, Belvoir is that neighborhood is amazing for such. So there's a lot of interest in there. It's a great little community. And these days, with more buyers liking yards and lots, etc., that's just a great neighborhood. All of Fort Hunt is, but those are the bigger lots, more green space, better views from your home office.
The couple that's been there over 20 years, helping them. Yeah, I have that one coming soon. It should be probably in about a month. Well, it is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It is in Stratford Landing community, walking to Stratford Landing Elementary. Hopefully we'll be going back there later this year.
All right, so I have a listing coming up in Bucknell. It is, of course, an adorable cape with a garage. Not many have a garage. It's a 4-bedroom, 2 full bath. It does have an extension, so it's bigger than most.
I do have some buyers, and on my business Facebook page, I publish buyer needs once a month, which with a quick narrative of what people are looking for in case there are some people out there thinking about selling that may fit the bill. And right now I do have a gentleman who actually lives in the Bucknell neighborhood, and he is looking for a 1-level home, and he would prefer a garage and a basement because he has a lot of collections.
So here's the situation. You've got a lot of equity in your house, and interest rates are crazy low right now. So this might be a great time for you to look at what your options are. And those options range from shortening the term of your mortgage so that you're reducing the amount that you pay in interest by tens and even hundreds of thousands of dollars while keeping your payment the same, or lowering your payment so you have more money to spend on the things that you care about, or potentially funding a home improvement project, consolidating debts into these historically low interest rates, or even funding a business or a project or some sort of passion. You may know exactly what you want to accomplish, but it may also require a conversation for you to really understand your options. If that's the case, let's just ask Fraser. I'm happy to have that conversation with you to help explore the current interest rates, your current situation, and the possibilities for you. Hey everybody, so this is just a little overview of the concept behind the Little Free Library Challenge. Now we tried this back in 2020, right about March of 2020. We had this concept of going out and figuring out which was the best block, have the blocks compete against each other to win this Little Free Library. And there was a weird thing that happened in March of 2020. For those of you who are watching this in the time capsule, that made some of the plans move a little bit farther down the line. So we're moving into 2021 with the Little Free Library. And the concept is basically we have some sponsors who are committing to, I think it's between $100 and $150, which has been the estimate that we have gotten for what it would cost to build a Little Free Library, buy or build a Little Free Library. And so we're putting that up for grabs because we think that those are really cool in neighborhoods and on a block in a neighborhood. So what we're saying is that the block that wins the Little Free Library Challenge will get this money or get this Little Free Library built. You'll still need to tell one of your neighbors will have to volunteer to be the home of the Little Free Library. But, spoiler alert, if you're the kind of block that wins the Little Free Library Challenge, you probably have somebody on your block who wants the Little Free Library. So we're trying to keep it simple. Here is the way it works. In your block, we're going to give you a link to basically what on the Fort Hunt community site is the Alumni Center. And this is a place where we have just asked neighbors to introduce themselves and to say, I am a NASA scientist and I went to William and Mary and I majored in blank. The theory, and this is where sometimes Fraser is guilty of mixing too many things, but the theory was, wouldn't it be cool to have a directory of our people, our neighbors, in case kids who are going to college wanted to connect with somebody who went to your college, or somebody who's interested in that profession wanted to connect with you. So this is meant to be kind of a connector both for the adults and for kids or students. So the concept is that you go to the Alumni Center on FortHuntCommunity.com and you introduce yourself. And on that site, you can identify your block. So at that point, what the plan is, and this will all be judged by our sponsors, that each of the different neighborhoods will have a sponsor if it happens. And the neighborhood sponsor will say, based on either the total number of people on that block who contribute or who volunteer or add themselves to the alumni directory, or the percentage, because some blocks might be much bigger than others, but we're just looking for the block that has the most engagement, the most activity. And if you want your block to win, then you'll be able to print up a flyer that you can hand out on your block and encourage people to go to the site and register and introduce themselves. Because truthfully, if you know what the people on your block are doing, where they went to school, what they do for a living, what their interests are, then you're a more connected block. And so you're going to have a little tool, the little free library, to help the kids and the other people in the neighborhood stay connected. Okay? I'm very excited that our Welcome Wagon Guide is moving along. It's moving along slowly because I'm in charge of it, but it's moving along nonetheless. So I'm going to introduce you to some of the people in our Welcome Wagon. So one big thing I want to encourage you, we've got some amazing talent in Fort Hunt, whether those are our kids or whether those are our adults. So if you are, or if you know of an incredibly talented neighbor, then I encourage you to either encourage them to send me a video of their performance, a short video of their performance that we can play at the end of Good Morning Fort Hunt, or you can just send it in, okay? Send it in with their name. But we will do our best to spotlight young talent. We've got an incredible reservoir for every week because we have about 168 students who performed in Piano Labs recital, and I'm happy to share those with you. In fact, I may even have a video of one of my performances to dazzle you with it. But we'd love to mix it up a little bit. It doesn't all have to be piano. So if you know of somebody who's got some talent to share, please send me the video and we will add it to our Good Morning Fort Hunt talent rotation.